Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, and we are back, and we're taking a look at the Transformers Sandstorm. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one! Yes, that one. Okay. And taking a look at the packaging here, right up front here, we got the vehicle modes right here. It says he's a 3-in-1 because he's a triple changer. Says Transformers Triple Changer Sandstorm. Here on the side of the box, got some really nice promo images of him right there on the side, looking badass. Here on the top, Legacy United. Says Antsformers Generations. Here on the side, you got some images, 40th anniversary. Here on the back, some more product shots and all of that. Authentic Transformers! And that's it for the box. To be fair, this box is already kind of beaten up that it pretty much is just garbage at this point. Damn it. And here's now taking a look at the accessories that are included with Sandstorm. He has his long black... He has his standard blaster rifle and a little blaster pistol. He comes with a little fan for cooling himself on a hot summer day. Of course, I'm joking. It's the extra propeller that goes on the back of the helicopter. And then Sandstorm here comes with this little cage, which you can separate, which you can fit little Decepticon prisoners in there. And when you combine it with this winch, you can use it as one of those, those little cages that they use on helicopters when they're using them for search and rescue. And the cable is also pretty long, I should also add. Just like these nuts. As I mentioned, they're usually used on search and rescue, but in one of the promo images, Sandstorm uses one as a mace. I just find it just cracks me up that it's very fitting for Sandstorm's personality to take a tool used for search and rescue and using it for harm of others. That's like the equivalent of taking an ambulance and using it as like a battering ram. Also, going in on Sandstorm's head sculpt, something I've always loved about this particular version of Sandstorm is I've never really been a big fan of his animation design with his bare face. I always preferred the toy design with its more battle mask, battle-hardened look, and I'm glad that that's the direction they took with this figure when making the Legacy one, and again, it also reflects in the colors as well. I like when Sandstorm has a little bit more of the orangey colors, more so than he has the orange and yellow. But again, it's all based on personal preference. Also, I like the gunmetal gray with the blue eyes in there, are really sharp, really bright. And again, going down the rest of the body, I love just the amount of detail they put in this guy. Again, other highlights of silver paint and some black paint, and then Autobot logo, and just overall really nice. I love that they gave him painted in silver rims, and yeah, really nice mechanical sculpting and detail. There's his fists right there. The shins also have some nice highlights of silver, some yellow there for the headlights on his feet. Again, nice silver there for the tires. Also, another thing I should mention about the tires is these are rubbery, like, tires on plastic rims. So that's, like, a really cool detail. Last time I saw that, that was on the Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. And yeah, I do think his legs are a little hollow and his thighs are a little too thin because his backpack is just... What the hell is even that? Yeah, it's a little too big for my liking.
That's what she said.
That being said, though, even with this giant backpack, I do like that they gave him some nice big heel spurs because it keeps himself from falling over. Even though it looks like he's doing a weird backwards lean, he is not falling over anytime soon, as you can see. Shit. Now, I don't know if this is an actual bit of quality control with the figure, or it's the fact that I practically found this thing in a dump. But for some reason, the chest here doesn't seem to like to tab in. The tabs are there, and it's just too big, or I don't know, it just won't peg in. The pegs themselves are like too big to fit in the slots, and it just doesn't like to stay in. I've managed to get it to stay in a couple times, but it just doesn't want to stay, and it is a little frustrating. The rest of the figure feels really nice to pose. All the joints and everything feel nice and tight. And just overall, I really like the way how it, came out And again, speaking of that posability, first off, he's got a ball joint at the head, which allows his head to look left and right, though he can't really do any up or down at all. Shoulders rotate a full 360. Also, due to transformation, he does have these backwards butterfly joints right in there, due to that transformation hinge. And then, arms move in and out. He's got a nice tight bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in really far. He's also got the wrist swivel in there. He's got a slightly hindered waist swivel down there. Hips can rotate pretty far up. They can rotate back pretty far. They can move out to the side. Thigh swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Ankles can pivot, and they can hinge up and down a little bit. So, pretty decent articulation with this guy, even with the big backpack and even with the shit. And now getting into the comparisons for this guy. Here he is with Decepticon Sandstorm. Here he is with Predacon Sandstorm. Here he is with a Sandstorm. And then here he is with my last Legacy United review that I did, the Legacy Deluxe Class Generation 1 Gears. Be sure to check out that review if you haven't seen it yet. Anyway, now let's move on to Sandstorm's transformation. And here's now taking a look at Sandstorm in his really mean-looking dune buggy mode. Seriously, this dune buggy looks like something that would come out of like the Mad Max series of movies with just how armed to the teeth it is. Also, I love the detail of having the little tail of the helicopter become the little spoiler at the end of the car. In addition to that, I like how the cage from earlier gets turned into the roll cage of the dune buggy. And again, a lot of the paint is nice and detailed, though I'm not a big fan of this huge gap in the front. Sandstorm, where are you going? Where are you going? He just won't stay on the table. Here, I'm just gonna stick Ravage right there or something. There we go. And overall, I like the silver rims, as mentioned before, and the paint apps are all really good. Also, I like reusing one of the little gray pistol as an exhaust pipe at the end of the car. Also, I'm using Ravage as a little stopper. Again, just love the overall look of this thing, and it does also roll really well on those rubber tires. Now let's get into the vehicle mode comparisons, assuming he's not going to roll away again. Here he is with the Decepticon Sandstorm. Here he is with the Predacon Sandstorm. And then here he is with Generation 1 Gears. Now we've still got one more transformation to cover, so let's just get right on into it. And here's now taking a look at Sandstorm in helicopter mode. And the helicopter mode here is giving me some very, very distinct flashbacks.
You sure she didn't just fart?
Only this time it's kind of reminding me of like orange juice at the same time. And overall, I like how, again, gunmetal gray right there, some black paint in there to convey all those windows like on the real helicopter. And overall, I like the overall shape and design with the different shades of orange and yellowy coloring with all the citrusy colors. And there's little bits of paint highlighting throughout with the black. And, we got those tiny little lines of silver. And just overall, I like the way how it looks. Kibble is very minimal. It's really just this chest kibble. And I think it's really clever how they hid the two tires right here. And I also like how they have the front tires from the car mode in the front right here and these little ones right here, both acting as landing gear. Surprisingly, the helicopter mode rolls just as well as the car mode. The propeller here doesn't really spin as freely as I would like it, but again, I would also prefer that it didn't be super loose, because then it would make the transformation a little bit more egregious to do. Again, once you get it plugged in, this is really where the cable and the cage really shine in this mode. And then, of course, you can also plug, the weapons, here on the side of the helicopter, and, get him all armed up for when he's going up against some Decepticons, just in case. And yeah, overall, I love the helicopter, and I think it's the better alt mode of the two. And let's get into the comparisons. Sandstorm, Sandstorm, and Gears. Overall, I really, really like this figure. Again, this figure I would recommend really high as long as you can find a copy that doesn't have the QC problem where the chest won't tab in, because from what I've been told, I'm not the only one who has that problem. But again, aside from that chest not tabbing in issue, I'm completely fine with this figure. I really love how this guy came out, and I just really like this particular release. It really feels worth that leader class price point that we have always come to know, and just overall, I genuinely believe this guy really deserves to be in someone's collection. Again, he's a triple changer, always love triple changers, and I just love the colors. There aren't really a lot of orange Autobots aside from like Grapple, and just overall really do love this guy, and I love his posability, the different alt modes, and you know he comes with a lot of great accessories. He also stands well with some of your other characters. He goes well in your Wreckers collection, and just overall, if I had to give this figure a rating, I give him a very solid 9 out of 10. This figure, for me personally, honestly would have been a great 10 out of 10. The only problem is that freaking chest not tabbing in. And again, the backpack is a little too big, but I mean, I can understand why, because it is a triple changer. But it's mostly the chest that bugs me a lot. But anyway, again, it hasn't stopped me from posing this guy, obviously, but that's basically it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a like on the video, comment below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and I will catch you next time.